What's up, peace, so tap. You already know what the deal is. Asharenu from asharenu.com. We back up in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Currently, we in Vegas right now, but we will be in California. We will be in Los Angeles from the 22nd to the 24th. Alright? So, I want everybody, if you want to meet up, leave your email as a comment under this video, and I'll send you the further information. Peace. What's up, Brianna? Peace. What's up, Moon Spirit? What's up? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's good? What's good? Y'all already know you already know how I'm doing. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's up, J.R. Woods? What's up, Danielle? Danielle, sorry, not Danielle. Danielle. Appreciate connecting with you in Washington, D.C. You know, with the reading, special shout out to you. I see you be posting in the group. Much love, much love. Peace. Peace, Green Revolution, first day of the year. Definitely welcome to the Aries. It's Aries season. Shout out to Aries season. You know, shout out to the spring. It's been cold, especially on the East Coast. Peace. What's up, Angel? What's up, Marvin Lord? What's up? What's up? What's up, O'Shea? What's up, Law? What's up, William? You just looking at the DC video? Definitely check out the DC videos. What's up, Chauncey? I see you. Peace. Peace, peace. Let me make sure these angles is good. I'm trying to do something different, so I'm not actually holding the camera. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure this is good. Don't fall over. But what's up? You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all been keeping up. Because this shit is still going. So we back on the West Coast. We gonna keep this shit going. What does 11/11 mean? Watch my video on the 9 elements of black magic. I talked about 11/11. I went in depth about the 11/11. So you gotta watch my video called 9 elements of black magic. But quickly, if you want a quick response to the 11/11, it's a number of the moon, a lunar energy. All right? So this is good. Let me turn this down. You know, I be listening to all this bullshit. Not bullshit, real shit. Okay, I'm turning it up. Hold on. Let's get this right. Okay, let's actually pause that for now. But to answer your question, 11/11 is a lunar frequency. Because it's a lunar frequency, it's dealing with the subconscious mind. Because it's dealing with the subconscious mind, whenever you see the 11/11, a portal was open. Whatever portal was open is based on what you're thinking. So basically, when you look up 11/11, it tells you that your thoughts are manifesting. So when you see 11/11, that means a portal was open for you to direct your intentions into the ethers. So whenever you see 11/11, hold a thought on your mind and direct that thought out to the ethers. And that's giving you a time. And every moment of the day, we have certain openings. We have certain portals that are open depending on which planet rules which hour of the day. What do I mean by that? For all the people who have cell phones, which should be everybody, you can download an app called the Planetary Hours. Download an app called the Planetary Hours. Let me see, because I have it on mine. Right now, it's the hour of Mercury. Right? So right now, it's the hour of Mercury. So Mercury deals with how you communicate, you know what I mean, how you think. It's pretty much your thoughts or your logical mind. So let's just say if 11/11 had appeared in the hour of Mercury, this would mean if you wanted to enhance the energy of Mercury, because it's the hour of Mercury, this gives you a portal or opening to direct your intentions into the energy of Mercury directly, so that you can communicate with that essence or that spirit or that piece of technology, because numbers are also technology. It gives you an opening to communicate with certain energies or deities. You know, the deity, you can say it's Thoth, you can say it's the energy of the magician, the energy of, you know, anything, the trickster spirits, so on and so forth, the Legba, Papa Legba, so on and so forth. So it gives you an opening, it gives you a direction to have communication with certain energies depending on the planetary hour. So that's a quick answer for the 11/11. All right? You recently got into demons. Could you talk about how they are teachers, Damians, and invocation? Let's start off dark. Talk about Hyperborea. What is that? I have no idea what that is. It must be Ratchet in Vegas. In Vegas, that music, yeah, we definitely... I listen to nothing but Ratchet music. You know, just to make it clear, I listen to nothing but Ratchet music because it keeps me it keeps me in a state of mind to conquer. You know what I mean? Like you see, I be all over the place. It keeps my mind focused. The ratchet music keeps my mind focused, so I don't get too caught up in what's going on around me. I pretty much can create my own world type shit. So I listen to the most ratchetest shit possible. I'm looking for the ratchet music. Y'all actually recommend me. If y'all know the most ratchet artist, put it in the fucking description or leave a comment so I can get in tune. I'm looking for some more ratchet music. If y'all are interested, but I know y'all want to talk about the darkness. Let's see, but I'll definitely get into that because I know I'm just looking at these comments real quick. Let me see. You said chant between for telepathy. What words to chant for energy or strength? Okay, if you want energy or strength, chant the mantra. What is the mantra? I don't want to say the wrong one. Kan. K-A-A-N. K-A-A-N. Kan. Right? Kan. That gets your energy. See, just me saying it right now, I'm feeling energy spurting up the back of my spine. So if you want to raise up your energy, K-A-A-N. But let me get back to that dark question that was asked. Let me see. Peace. What's up, Dory? What's the deal? What's up? Special shout outs to you. Special shout outs, definitely. It showed mad love in Atlanta. Mad love. You know what I mean? I definitely much appreciation for, the minds in Atlanta. Definitely special shout out to you, Dory. You already know what the deal is. But let me get back to that question I was asked before. Let me get this straight, because I'm still trying to hold on to this. Let me get this straight before I even get into it. Alright, well, I'll answer that question in the meantime while I'm setting this up. Again, I'm leaving tonight. I'm leaving tonight at midnight, so I'm just trying to get this quick video in because I know I don't be doing the videos every day. But once I get back from LA, the videos will start coming every single day once again. It's just harder to do that when, I'm traveling all over the place because, obviously I may not be able to have access to all the resources I need at the time, because I'm traveling, so I have to leave certain things at home. But definitely, once I arrive back from LA, the videos will be back every single fucking day. I did it for a whole month just to show y'all that I can keep this shit coming for a whole 30 days. But we're going to get right back to it once I get back into Vegas, which I'm in right now, but very briefly. I'm only been here about 24 hours, and I'm about to leave right back out. Yeah, definitely much love, Dora. What does con mean? What does it mean? It means energy. It means strength. It means there's not really an English translation for it. It's not an English translation, but it helps your energy to flow within your body. So, for example, like when you fast, you start to feel the energy waves in your body. It helps get the energy moving the same way that when you fast or when you do certain energy exercises, it helps you feel those waves of vibrations and energy throughout your body. So it really doesn't have an English translation, right? But J.R. Woods, the star Polaris and the portal under, I'm not real familiar with all the things that you're bringing up. I'm not familiar with that subject matter, so I'm not going to speak on something that I'm not really too familiar with. I'm going to have to do my own research. So what you're asking me to speak about, I'm not really familiar with that in terms of at least how you're saying it. I may be familiar with it from a different perspective, but I'm not really sure. Khan means ruler or king. Kings is Turnic or okay. Appreciate that, Marvin. You know what I mean? So that's why we had the game. We had the group. So whatever I don't know, there's somebody else that do know it, so you can get it. And I believe when you play back the videos now, that you can actually see the comments. So that's a good thing too for everybody who's watching this after the live stream. You'll be able to see the comment stream, so you'll be able to tune into what everybody else is saying too. So again, whatever I don't know, somebody else may say it in the comments. But again, let me go back to this dark question before I continue to stroll down. Y'all know I'm trying to speak and gaze through these comments and adjusting this camera. I'm still trying to, I was in the East Coast. The East Coast is a whole different mentality. So I'm still getting reacquainted with the West Coast. That's why I had to go to LA. I haven't been to LA. It's been like a whole year. I haven't been to LA for a whole year. That shit is crazy. It don't seem like a year, but it's been like a year since I've been to LA. So I got to touch down. That's my home in the West Coast. We always got to check in. We always got to check in with LA. You know what I mean? It's definitely home to me. So let me go back to this dark question I was asked before I go too far. Okay, so O'Shea Johnson, can I talk about how, I guess you're asking um how demons are teachers, or I guess the dark questions always come up for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess I'm the go-to guy for the darkness because I'm the only one who's not afraid to talk about it, or who talk about it in a constructive manner, in a mathematical manner. That's not just about all demonic shit. You know what I mean, or what we consider demonic. Causing harm to other people or doing or infringing on free will. So just to give a quick disclaimer. Whenever we're talking about demons, whenever we're talking about dark magic, we're not talking about harming nobody. We're not talking about infringing on nobody's free will. Are there people who try to do that? Yes. But are they successful? Most likely not really, because you always have to deal with defense mechanisms that people put out. So if you're going around trying to manipulate people's minds and they're not giving you the okay to do so, then of course you're going to be met with all types of resistance. And honestly, it's not really worth even going in that direction. However, to answer the question, why are demons teachers, or basically how can demons be teachers, is because they exist outside of time and space. What we consider time and space, the whole 24-hour format, and the cycles of the sun, they exist outside of time and space. So they have a bird's eye view of everything that happens on the earth and in the universe. They have a bird's eye view because they don't have a human vessel. They may be able to take the form of a human vessel, but they can also, roam around the universe in their etheric form. So they can see things from a bird's eye view or from a holistic perspective. So you may ask them about the past. Most of the time when you work with demons, you see that they can answer questions about the past, present, or future because they exist outside of time and space. So they just have a greater perspective than humans. So that's why they can be teachers. That's why they can hold secrets and information, and you can tap into them to gain certain types of knowledge because they exist outside of time. So that's just a quick answer. Without getting too heavy into all that, that's a quick answer for those who may want to know that. So let me continue to stroll down. I'm just going to hold the camera for right now. Again, I don't feel like setting all this shit up. Y'all know I be having it. The music, let me actually turn the music back on because I know y'all want to hear the ratchet shit. I know y'all with the shits. Well, you should be with the shits by this point. But let me do, there we go. So let me turn this down and keep playing this music. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, that's a good volume, so it's not gonna overtake. Alright, that's good. So y'all can still hear me. Let me actually put this speaker. I got this little Bluetooth speaker, 808. I'm gonna put it further so y'all can still hear what I'm saying, but you can hear it. It'd be like atmosphere. The music is like atmosphere. And definitely, we fucking with that chopped and screw shit, if y'all didn't know. You know what I mean? Definitely smoke up something and listen to some chopped and screw music if you really in tune, if you really know what's going on. But anyway, let me see what y'all got. Peace from Dallas. Shout out to motherfucking Dallas. Definitely special shout out to Dallas, Texas. I believe my biggest audience is definitely in Texas. And of course, the chopped and screw. Shout out to DJ Screw, R.I.P. You already know. I fuck with Texas heavy. Shout out Dallas. Definitely special shout outs to motherfucking Houston and the whole Texas. I know it's a big ass state. It's many cities that I'm not even aware of, but definitely special shout outs to motherfucking Dallas, Houston, and the whole Texas. Y'all fuck with me heavy. You know what I mean? So definitely sending love. Y'all definitely show a lot of love. Did I like the ATL? The ATL, a lot of women, a lot of freak energy, a lot of sexual energy. So for anybody who want to get their freak on, anybody who want to enhance their sexual energy, definitely take a trip to Atlanta. Definitely take a trip to the South to get your energies flowing again. You feel like you kind of stagnant. You need to see some beautiful women. You need to let your serpentine energy or your kundalini to rise up. Definitely check out motherfucking Atlanta, because Atlanta will definitely put you in this space where you can definitely navigate a little bit better when it comes to the sexual energy and manifestation with the sexual energy. Just giving y'all a little insight with that, okay? What advice do I have regarding blocks attempting to astral project? Astral projection is just mostly letting go. Because I know people here like it's a lot of techniques. You gotta imagine yourself doing this and imagine yourself doing that. Just honestly, you have to direct your thoughts to astral projection. That's how I astral travel. Whenever I astral travel is after I read a book or read an article about astral projection or read somebody else's astral travels, meaning the last thing on your mind before you go to sleep should be astral travel or astral projection, so that your mind is already going in that direction. So again, the last time I astral projected, I was actually reading about astral projection, and I ended up in an astral projection. That's how it works for me. So whatever you're trying to do in the dream world, you make sure that it's the last thing on your mind before you go to sleep. So that's the best advice I can give you. Just enhance your knowledge of astral projection. Because most people don't even really know the purpose of astral projection. They don't know the science behind astral projection. They don't know the difference between astral traveling and astral projection. So definitely enhance your knowledge, enhance your wisdom, and enhance your understanding about the subject as a whole. And you will have an easier time. There's many books on the subject where you don't have to pay for it. You can get the PDF file straight off of Google or Yahoo, whatever your search engine is. So just enhance your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about the subject as a whole, and it will become easier and easier the more you familiarize yourself with the subject. Right? What's up, Ireland? Shout out to motherfucking Ireland. Can I drop my playlist? I did drop my playlist. My playlist, if you go to my channel, I dropped a playlist called Power. The name of the playlist is called Power. This is not the playlist I'm playing now. I've constructed a new playlist, which is not being revealed until it's complete. You know what I mean? But I did drop my playlist. It's called Power. So go to my channel and watch the playlist Power. So that you know a lot of good shit is in there. What's up, Amon? What's the deal? What's the deal? Do I use fire and magic? You can definitely use fire and magic. It can be candle magic, or you can light a fire in your backyard, or you can light a fire in the woods. So definitely fire is definitely a tool for divination. You can stare into the fire, try to understand the smoke, try to understand the dance of the fire. So it's a whole nother realm. So if you are connected to fire, definitely light the fire, with the lighter when you smoke. Whatever, however you connect with fire, definitely connect with fire. And again, we're definitely on a time limit, so again, I'm not going to be on too long. Y'all just going to have to catch me in LA. I may not do live videos in LA, but I may do pre-recorded videos and actually upload them a little bit later. You know what I mean? So I may or may not go live. It just kind of depends on how things move, because, when I go to LA, it's like a marathon. I'm only going to be there like 2 days. So I'm going to try to hit all levels, as quickly as I can. So again, if you want to do business on a personal level, definitely leave your email or hit my email, Asha at asharenu.com. You know what I mean? If you want to connect on a personal level, y'all just let me know. You know what I mean? So y'all see me, I'll be all over the place. So for anybody who think this shit is fake, you know what I mean? You see me all over the place. You know what I mean? Just go back in the archives and I've been all over the place. Because I'm showing you, again, I don't have to record this. I'm showing that this path is legit. This is possible. Magic is definitely science. It's high science. And this can be used to enhance your lifestyle, whatever lifestyle you choose to live. Whether you living like a rock star or you living like somebody who wants to just post up, chill, on the beach, whatever your lifestyle is, it can be enhanced through the use of these magical tools or these scientific tools or this technology. The body is technology. The science is technology. So technology isn't just electronics. Technology, I'm getting tongue twisted. Technology isn't just electronics. Technology is also the human body. Technology is also the mind. Technology is also the brain. So don't get caught up with technology and electronics. Even though you can say we all are electronics, we all are powered by batteries. However you want to look at it. I'm just throwing some things out there. Because again, I know I haven't been as active as I'm supposed to. But trust me, once I come back in town, we about to shut this shit down. Once again, we're going to be in people's motherfucking faces and we're going to be in people's ears every single fucking day. Sorry about that, I'm still getting in tune. Let's see. You said you tried yesterday the astral projection. You heard some loud noise. Yeah, most of the time when people astral project, they get scared. They start to have experiences that they don't understand, so they snap themselves out of it. So definitely, it's going to be a very, very strange experience. So just prepare for the strangeness of the experience of astral projection and astral travel. It's going to be some shit that you are unfamiliar with. So you have to get familiar with the unfamiliar or get familiar with the unknown. Make the unknown known. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what y'all got. What do I think about New York? I love the mentality of New York. You know what I mean? New York don't have a lot of nature. It's a lot of buildings, but I love the mentality of the people in New York. I love the mentality. I feel like the mentality is advanced mentally. The people. I definitely love the people. I can't wait to get back to New York. You know what I mean? There's people all over the place from sun up to sundown, 3 a.m. Like you can still pick up women at 4 o'clock in the morning. Take your ass to Times Square. There's people outside all fucking day. All day. You can get it in at 3 in the morning and there's still people walking around enjoying themselves. It's not too many cities that's like that. It's not too many cities. The West Coast is definitely not like that unless you in Vegas and you at casinos or you on the strip. Even in LA, you got to go to only certain places. But New York, it's like go to Manhattan and it's still popping and it's 3 in the fucking morning. It's 3 in the fucking morning and it's still popping. So I definitely love the mentality. It's a no sleep city. It's a 24/7 city. You know what I mean? So definitely, if you went to that mood where if you want to transcend time, definitely you can transcend time in New York because the hustle never stops. And that's just the whole East Coast. The whole East Coast is all about the hustle. The West Coast is definitely about going into the psychedelic realm and manifesting straight out of thought. Innovation and being intuitive with your thinking. You know what I mean? But we gonna keep gathering these blocks. That's why I travel. I'm traveling to gather information from certain places so I can add it on to the foundation. Because eventually I want to write a book. Eventually I want to do courses. You know what I mean? Just do all type of MP3s, that I charge people for. But I have to gather the information. You know what I mean? So I have to have quality information before I start charging people all this stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gathering all this information so I can compile it and I can present it in a professional fashion. You know what I mean? Just in case you motherfuckers want to know what I'm doing. Why am I traveling? I'm doing it so that I can compile information and I can present the information that may be helpful for those who understand this language. Because this is definitely a different language, a unique way of thought, a unique lifestyle that hasn't been lived before. We are definitely in the new age, as they say. So we have to be doing all type of new, innovative shit that hasn't been done before. We have to trailblaze the paths because those paths are not being blazed as of yet, or they have not been blazed before. They're just now becoming blazed. People who's doing the work, such as myself and everybody who's tuned in, everybody who definitely put in that work. So y'all already know. So that's just in case y'all wanted to know. Snowing heavy in New Jersey. I believe it was soon as I left DC, it started snowing. You know what I mean? So definitely, I haven't seen the snow in 10 years. It's been like 10 years since I seen snow in the city. So when I saw it snowed just a little bit in DC. I was able to see the snow in over a decade. That shit had me. I can't even put words to it. It had me feeling like a kid again, seeing snow. In over 10 years, I haven't seen snow since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So seeing snow was definitely a unique experience for me. So definitely shout out to the East Coast. Cause I know y'all getting that snow, even though it's spring, even though it's Aries season. So it's supposed to be all about that fire. It's supposed to all be about the image and the trailblazing. But you know what I mean? Y'all getting some snow, but it's kind of like the opposites or the polarity is definitely merging together. That's how I see it. All right. You feel like you in the abyss of what to study, do at this path? Do I have suggest? Okay. What to study and what to do. Okay, so at this point, definitely Triple A. I see you, Mercedes. Definitely Triple A. At this point, I would say what's most important to study is definitely not only technology, because technology is constantly being innovated. New things. There's always like new apps that's being created. It's just new ways to do things that we were not privy to before. In other words, keeping up with technology and what can be done puts you in a position where you can utilize it to the best of your ability so that we can do things we couldn't do before. So I definitely would say stay in tune with technology. Stay in tune with digital currency because that's going to be the new currency. You know what I mean? You can do anything off of digital currency. You may not even have to use physical dollars no more. Give it about 5-10 years. People ain't even going to be using physical dollars, even though, of course, people got credit cards and debit cards. But we'd be operating in digital currency. But this takes an understanding of math, science, technology, and engineering that most people are not in tune to. A lot of people know about Bitcoin, but they don't understand the mathematics behind Bitcoin. And that's the difference. people get into it for investments and stocks and all that, but to truly understand how Bitcoin works and how they actually break down the mathematics of it, I feel is essential to learn. So anything that has anything to do with science, mathematics, if you want to understand numerology, you have to enhance your mathematics. If you want to understand astrology, you have to enhance your understanding of science. If you want to understand how to build things, you have to get into engineering. So, if you're a person that want to build apps, if you want to place yourself in position to benefit off of all this innovation that's going on, you have to understand engineering. And of course, what did I miss? Technology, as I was saying. If you want to see, okay, if you're not the person building it, then you're the person using it. So that's why we study technology of electronics as well as the human body. But I definitely would say, if you want a book, though, because I know I'm all over the place, but at this point, I encourage everybody to study older information from the early 1900s. Fuck all this new age books, all this shit coming out today. It's a rehashment of what has already been released. So don't even worry about all this new age information that's coming out now, because it's not new. New age information has been coming out since the 1950s. But it's just not becoming popular with the whole 2012 thing. But all this information is old. This information is not new. It's older information just being rehashed, and it's watered down and it's softened. If you want that real hardcore shit, study the shit from the early 1900s all the way up to maybe the 70s. Maybe even all the way up to the 90s. But definitely study books about quantum physics, things like the holographic universe. That book came out in the 90s. Study things like the holographic universe. Study things like the amazing secrets of the yogi. That was the early 1900s. You know what I mean? We have to study this older shit because it's the language. They use certain words that are not in use or rotation at this point. So if you want to enhance your vocabulary, you have to read older works. Maybe even read books from the 1800s, because you see they're using words that we don't even use no more. But it expands our minds. So if we want to read for just more than just getting information, if you want to expand your vocabulary so that you can actually communicate more efficiently, study older information. And I gave y'all a couple books. Let me see if I can give y'all one more book. Let me see if y'all want a book to study. I'll definitely say, I can't think of nothing right now, just right off the top of the dome. Study the Bible. There you go. Study the Bible from an esoteric perspective. Study books from Neville Goddard. His book on imagination. Neville Goddard, 5 Core Lessons. Type all this stuff in and study this stuff. He was speaking back in the 70s. Breaking down the Bible from an esoteric perspective. So I'm just giving y'all little hints and clues, which is going to lead you to all other places. Gnosticism, quantum physics. You know what I mean? It's occult information. Study the book Sex Magic that came out in the 1800s that was translated to from French to English by Purcell Beverly Randolph. He wrote a book called Sex Magic. And lastly, of course, for those who are familiar with Brother Panic, he recommended a book called Psychomancy. A very, very useful book. But definitely, shout out, give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Brother Panic, but definitely say the book Psychomancy, which is basically white magic. White magic is basically, magic that I guess that doesn't harm people or doesn't go beyond the ethers. But for those who want things a little bit lighthearted, for those who may be afraid of the black magic, who may feel thrown off with all that, then I got some white magic for you, Psychomancy. So there you go. You know what I mean? If you a little bit soft with that, whatever. We still got the work for you too. No discrimination, no judgment, no hate. Whatever you into, I gave you all type of perspectives. So there we go. Snowing in the BK too. Definitely shout out to everybody who's seeing snow. Again, it's a luxury to me because I haven't seen it. I have not seen snow in so long, so it was a luxury to me. As a kid, I hated the snow, but as an adult, I love it. Crazy shit. I don't, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I mean? Yada, yada, yada. Main tips on shifting energy around large groups of people. If you want to shift energy around large groups of people, definitely hit up the mantras. Hit up your mantras mentally. You know what I mean? Because what you're going to realize is when your mind is connected properly, You can navigate in a much easier way. What do I mean by that? Meaning, for example, let's just say you're using a mantra that makes your words more potent and makes your words more direct so that people actually listen to you. Instead of people just your words going over people's heads, if you use a mantra that makes people listen to you a lot more. And again, there's mantras all over the internet. So whatever mantra is a mantra for any word, for any action. There's a mantra for every zodiac sign. There's a mantra for every planet. There's a mantra for anything you can possibly imagine, but which can be broken down to an astrological sign or a planet. Planetary energy. Planetary energies you can. So let's just say if you want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or friendships, that's Venus. If you want to enhance your vocabulary, that's Mercury. If you want to work on building your physical structures, building a home for yourself, getting your business on point, that's Saturn. If you want to work on your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself, your inner worth, that's the Sun. If you want to work on your subconscious, if you want to work on the things that you can't see, astral travel and astral projection, that's the Moon. So on and so forth. So everything can be broken down to a planetary energy. Once you understand what the planetary energy is, then you can tap into it based on knowing what the mantra is. And if you don't know what the mantra is, again, download planetary hours so you can know. You have to do the magic at certain hours. So again, if you want to enhance your communication with people, then do that at the hour of Venus. So go somewhere, because you can look up the planetary hours on days before they come, so you can actually schedule it. So let's just say tomorrow the hour of Venus is going to be at 3 p.m. Then you want to make sure you are at the crowd of people at 3 p.m. at the hour of Venus, so that you can easily navigate that around. So let's just say at 3 p.m. it's the hour of Mars. That may not be the best for communicating with people or enhancing your relationships with people. So you want to plan accordingly. Also, the day of Venus is Friday. So if you can't catch the hour of Venus on a particular day, then you can just wait till Friday, where it's the day of Venus, and you enhance your communication with people that way. And of course, the mantra for Venus is, of course, clean. KLEM. I've said this mantra so many times. So, plan accordingly based on the mathematics of the planetary energies. But again, I know it's like a whole different language. But it's essential that we understand this language going forward. We in the 2000s right now, so we in a lunar frequency. It's all about understanding the subconscious mind and all about telepathy and how to enhance our magical and scientific abilities. Our high magic. It's all about high magic and this lunar energy. From the 2000s on, for the rest of our lifetime, is going to be ruled by a lunar energy. Just in case y'all don't understand that. So I'm just giving y'all a perspective. It's the second millennium. We're in the second millennium. We're dealing with, it's going to be 2018, 2019, 2020, 2030, 2040. It's that 2 is going to be in front of every year for the rest of our lives. So definitely tuning in with the 222, 202, whatever. Definitely stay in tune with the energy of the moon or the lunar energy. Of course, I believe it's the new moon. We just passed the new moon. It was just a new moon a couple of days ago. So it's all about that new energy that's coming in, the new energy to manifest. You know what I mean? So for all the manifestation people, you got until the new moon to the full moon to get your manifestation on point. I believe the full moon is on the 31st. But somewhere around there. So from now into the 31st should be all about manifestation. Should be all about creation. So just in case y'all are not in tune with all this is why it helps to be in tune with all this stuff, so that you can plan accordingly. All this information is so that you can plan accordingly, so that you can position yourself in particular positions. Position yourself in particular positions. You can position yourself to benefit from the planetary energy that's already around. Again, just like if you want to enhance your communications with people, that is Venus. So the hour of Venus, you use that hour to go communicate with people. Again, you use the hour of Saturn to work on your business. You use the hour of the Sun to work on your self-esteem and your self-image, so on and so forth. Plan accordingly based on the sciences of the universe, universal laws. Plan accordingly. That's what it is. You check the battery. Okay, we good. There's a PDF on Google called Astral Dynamics by Robert Bruce. Definitely, Astral Dynamics by Robert Bruce. That's definitely a classic. So for anybody who want to know about astral projection and how to do it, Astral Dynamics by Robert Bruce. There you go. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out. Let me see. Why is a White House built on a pentagram? Well, if you've been studying, that should be obvious by now because the whole city of Washington, D.C. was designed and built based off of high magic, based on the rising of Sirius. Because it was built off of mathematics, this is why we have to understand occultism, we have to understand quantum physics, we have to understand esoteric language and knowledge, because this is how the whole world was built. Not just DC, not just LA, not just New York, all 50 states, the whole world is built off of high science, science that most people have no knowledge of and don't understand. Because they don't understand it, they can't position themselves to understand it and to benefit off of it. So, the more we get into all this esoteric and occult information, we can position ourselves so that we can benefit off the energy and the energy not being sucked from us due to ignorance. The only thing that kills people is ignorance, not knowing what's really going on around them, so that you can't help yourself if you are ignorant. So, enhance your knowledge so that you can transcend ignorance and become empowered because you will gain knowledge and wisdom and understanding. You know what I mean? What's good? Disobey Death Wish. What's good? I'm way behind in the comments. I'm running my mouth. I'm way behind. You know what I mean? Peace. What's up, Christian? What's up? Study gold, silver, and diamonds. Definitely study the natural materials of the earth. Study the herbs. Get you encyclopedias. Just get an encyclopedia on herbs, crystals, metals, magic, anything. Get you an encyclopedia of spirits. So if anybody who want to know about spirits, deities, demons, angels, there's an encyclopedia for that. There's an encyclopedia for crystals. There's an encyclopedia for herbs. The planetary aspects as well as the physical aspects. You know what I mean? So get the encyclopedia so that you can understand everything around you. You know what I mean? That's what we got to study. We got to do that hard work. You know what I mean? It's not enough to watch these YouTube videos. It's not enough. We got to literally be putting in this work, reading all type of books, building up a solid foundation so that we can benefit off of the information. What's the best frequencies of astral travel? Watch my playlist on isochronic tones. Go to my page, go to my playlist, and click on isochronic tones. And I have a tone that's for astral projection and astral travel. And I believe I have the frequencies in the title of that video. I don't know it right off the dome, but I have the frequencies in the title of that video. So go to my playlist, isochronic tones, and it's a tone for astral travel or astral projection. And I have the frequencies either in the title of the video or the description of the video. So definitely for those who want to enhance the astral travel, I did some isochronic tones dedicated to astral travel. Since this is coming up so much, you know what I mean? I made this beat years ago. You know what I mean? So definitely check that out. If you want exact frequencies, I have the exact frequencies, but you have to go to that video. You know what I mean? Let's see. What's up, Kit Kat? What's up? Peace, what's up, Rob? You thought I was still in DC? Nah. No, I'm in Vegas right now, but I'll be in LA tomorrow. You know what I mean? I just made a quick stop in Vegas to get some rest. Then we're going back to LA for a couple of days, put in some work, then we'll be right back here. Then we're gonna get back to the videos every single day. You know what I mean? So again, I know it can be kind of hard to keep up. I know people may not be tuned into my videos every day. You know what I mean? So you may see me somewhere one day here, one day here, one day here. It's just a lifestyle, you know what I mean? I gotta keep moving. We all gotta keep moving. We gotta gather this information. This shit is not gonna happen on its own. Somebody got to be putting in this hard work. Somebody got to do it. It ain't, what is it? What is it saying? It's a special saying. Killing ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. I believe that's a quote from Machiavelli. Killing ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do the hard work. Somebody got to be the victim. Somebody got to be the victor. Somebody got to be the conqueror. Somebody got to put in that hard work that may not feel good emotionally, but we know it has to be done. Again, watch my video on the 9 elements of black magic. I talked about making those hard decisions or facing the hard or the harsh reality of things. Somebody got to put in that hard work. You know what I mean? So instead of waiting for the next person, why not I do it? Why not you do it? That's what it's all about. We're not waiting for somebody else to do what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So that we are recording history right now. This is history. So when motherfuckers look back, what was going on in 2018? Oh, them motherfuckers was putting in that real scientific, mathematical, spiritual work. That's what the fuck we was doing. You know, when motherfuckers look back, that's what the fuck we was doing. We wasn't studying the ancients and not implementing that magic. You know what I mean? So we just putting in the work. We leaving a legacy so that the legacy can continue on. Somebody had to continue on the legacy. You know what I mean? But we move in secret. You know what I mean? So that's why when most people see me, they not looking at me as an occultist or a magician or what. I stay silent. I move in silence. I'm not revealing who I am to just anybody because it's not for anybody. What they say, you don't cast pearls to swine. You know what I mean? So nobody knows who I am if they don't know who I am. If people can understand that, because I'm not passing out cards. Hey, I'm this. I'm like, fuck all that. You don't need to know who I am. We move in silence. If you can understand the true art of it, you move in silence. I'm not going around telling people what they need to do, what they should be doing, arguing with people, arguing with religious people. I stay out the way. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing that don't have anything to do with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I stay in my own lane, I stay in my own universe, and I leave it at that. You know what I mean? So, just give me y'all some insight. Let's see, Dr. Joseph Murthy's The Miracle Power of Your Mind. There's another book, The Miracle Power of the Mind, for those who want some literature. So for my literature heads, the Miracle Power of the Mind. Carl Jung or Carl Jung, definitely. You know what I mean? I made a video called The Anima and the Animus. You know what I mean? So definitely study Carl Jung or Carl Jung. I don't know which one it is, but y'all know. Y'all see the spelling in the comments. So definitely, I'm just giving y'all insight. You know what I mean? Just giving y'all insight. Peace. Yeah, I'm good. What's up, Foxtail? You know what I mean? White magic, black magic is a myth. Well, if black magic was a myth, I wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? But yeah, white magic, again, it's actually, I don't get into the technicals. White magic, black magic. Who cares, honestly? Magic is magic. Magic is science. Magic is high science, the highest form of science, the highest form of technology. But am I going to explain that to people, try to convince people that that's what it is? Of course not. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own unique understanding of what everything is. So that I just leave it at that. However you feel it is, peace. You know what I mean? I'm just here to share my perspective. I'm not here to convince nobody of anything. Convince yourself. I'm just a medium. I'm just a messenger. Convince yourself of whatever you choose to believe in. You know what I mean? No right or wrong, good and bad, positive or negative. All energy is neutral till we direct our attention upon it. Right? Mind Control 101, definitely another book. Mind Control 101. I think it's called How to Influence People and They Not Knowing or Caring. Or some shit like that. I don't know. But definitely Mind Control 101 is another book for those who are interested in literature. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep the tunes going. You know what I mean? Definitely Free TK. For those who know who TK is, you already know who I'm talking about. Free TK. We're definitely pumping this music real heavy. You know what I mean? Shout out to the little homie. You know what I mean? Putting in the work. So definitely want to give time for that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Does retrograde affect magic? Okay, so retrograde is basically, for those who don't know what a retrograde is basically when a certain planet gets into the frequency of the Earth. Again, for my globe Earth believers, this is how it is. When the Earth is traveling around the sun, at certain points, the Earth may be very, very close to a particular planet. Let's just say Mercury or Venus or Mars. It's mostly Mercury, right? Mercury retrogrades happen more often than others. So during the time that the planet is moving around, at certain points it's closer to Mercury than it usually is. So the energies of Mercury has an effect on the Earth. Because the energies of Mercury have an effect on the Earth, then it appears that the energy is going backwards. But the energy is not really going backwards. It's actually just very, very close, and it starts to have this interference with the Earth. So a retrograde, basically, energies are having influence over the Earth. Hey, what's going on? Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is a... Huh?
Okay, look.
Nah, it's 100. I got 200 more. Alright, so retrograde is when the Earth is very close to a particular planet and the energies is interacting, and it's not always pleasurable or pleasant. But does it affect magic? Not necessarily. It just makes it more challenging. But we're all about challenge anyway. So if you already into the challenge, then it don't really matter. If you're not afraid of challenge, then it don't really matter anyway. Do you think we can have a list with the planet, number, mantra, and purpose? Watch my video on the 9 elements of black magic. I made the list, but I don't mind constructing the list, but I'm not going to be able to do it right now at this moment. It'll have to be in a future video. But sure, I don't mind the list. I'm going to have to get a whiteboard, and I have to write all that down. You know what I mean? I have to be saying that every video, but I definitely will make a video dedicated to having everything listed out, because people like seeing things written out, so I don't mind. So no problem. Just it'll have to be in a future video. Let's see. Manifestation during retrograde. You just do it the same way. It's more challenging. See, to me, my personal opinion of retrogrades, not metrogrades. My personal opinion of retrogrades is it challenges you to do more, to go harder. So whatever you're doing anyway, it's going to be harder to do it. But if you are not afraid of challenge, then it is what it is. So again, it's the new moon. We got all the way until March 31st to put in all manifestation work. So anything manifestation related, you got the next week and a half to put in that work. So any work you was putting in anyway, regardless of whether it's a retrograde or not, it'll make it more tough. But it's not impossible. See, a challenge doesn't make something impossible. It just makes it a lot more challenging so that you can grow a lot faster. So to me, a retrograde helps us to grow a lot faster. That's all it is. It just helps. Instead of you growing at a slow pace, it shoots you up because you're dealing with more and more challenges, more and more harder equations of mathematics. You start operating on a calculus level instead of an algebra level. So you have to tap into your calculus level of thinking as opposed to your algebra level of thinking when it comes to these retrogrades. So you have to go harder. You know what I mean? But that's my personal opinion. Let me see. When I say it was built off of magic, are you referring to monuments? I'm referring to the whole world. The whole world was structured and built off of high magic. The whole world. It don't matter what city, what state, what country. The whole world was designed and manufactured based off of high mathematics and high science, high technology, and high engineering. Just take a look at the Great Pyramid all the way to the Washington Monument, which is a Tekken from Egypt. I keep saying that, but again, it's goes over people's heads. Nonetheless, everything is structured off of mathematics and science, engineering, technology, which is basically the highest forms of magic. So I don't like to call it magic too often because people think it's some spooky, mysterious stuff, but it really isn't. It's the highest form of science if you understand it, but because most people are not well studied, it seems spooky because they have not studied enough. So that's why I encourage everybody to keep studying so that you can understand it. So that you don't have to call it pseudoscience. It can be scientific instead of pseudoscience. It's just most people are not studied enough because they don't study magic. They just stay strictly on the physical plane and they base it off of the scientific method. If it can't be observed and repeated and duplicated, then it's not scientific. But again, that's just studying particles. When you start to study waves and you start to study ether, things that cannot be measured, then all that is called pseudoscience. All forms of divination is called pseudoscience because it cannot be measured because it's based off of chaos, which the order is within the chaos, not on top of it. But again, that's why we have to continue to study. So all these mysterious elements would not be unknown or mysterious to us. It would become second nature because this is who we are anyway. This is just how we naturally work. So it's not, we just studying this so that we can understand ourselves. You study yourself so that you can understand everything on the planet and everything in the universe. Because we are everything on the planet and everything in the universe all combined into a microcosm. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm, if that makes sense to those who can keep up with it. You know what I mean? I know this is not the easiest thing to keep up with, or maybe it is the easiest thing to keep up with if you're already in tune. But again, I know I'm speaking to a large group of people, so everybody may not be in tune. But for those who's not, this is basically, I'm just giving y'all some insight to how to get in tune. And for those who are already in tune, this is just a reminder to stay on your shit. You know what I mean? I'm just reminding you to stay on your shit, whether it's white magic, black magic, quantum physics, Gnosticism, Sufism, so on and so forth, occultism, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Let's see what else we got here. Are we in a holographic universe? Yes. Am I vegan? About 90% of the time. Sometimes I may eat anything. I may eat anything except pig. Not eating pig, but anything else, I may eat it if I feel the urge. If I get a spiritual calling to eat something, I eat it. So my diet isn't super restricted, but 9 times out of 10, fruits, veggies, snacks, you know what I mean? Anything that grow out the earth. 90% of the time, not 100% of the time. 90%. Let me see, what else we got? All right. How can you protect your family in spirit? Well, first, protect yourself. Protect yourself first. If you know how to protect yourself, you can protect people around you. So study yourself. You know what I mean? Study yourself. Study your own forms of protection, and you expand that science. So when you know how to protect yourself, you expand that protection to everybody around you. So learn how to protect yourself first and foremost. But protection is all about the energy of Saturn, or the colors black and the colors of purple, or the deity of Anubis. You know what I mean? So there you go. So you got a planet, you got a color, and you got a deity that you can study. You know what I mean? For protection. So there you go. For those who are concerned with it. I appreciate that, Marvin. I have to do more dance videos. You know what I mean? I've been all over the place, but I definitely got to get back into the dancing. But y'all already know. You know what I mean? We got to stay young. We got to stay youthful. Young and youthful. We got to keep the body in motion. Keep everything sacred. Keep the waters flowing. Keep the waters flexible and moving like these rivers and these lakes. You know what I mean? Keep that energy expanding. Let me see. You appreciate everything. I appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, bro. What does weed do for spirituality? Weed doesn't do anything without the mind. In other words, it's not going to do something for you. It's not going to do the work for you. You have to already be in tune. Then you smoke. But if you're smoking trying to get in tune and you're not in tune, it's not going to do it. Weed is not going to place you somewhere that you haven't already put the work in to be. You know what I mean? Weed just takes you to the door. But you can't walk through the door unless you have the key. You have the key once you've been putting in the work. You will find the key, you can open the door, but the weed doesn't do the work for you. It just takes you to the path or takes you to the door, but you still need the key to get through the door. So, you know what I mean? So you have to already be putting in the work for it to do anything for you other than just make you relax. You know what I mean? We just got to keep it 100 on that. No, I haven't seen any of those works, Mark. Can it do something negative? It may make you paranoid, but most of the time they were already paranoid. So it may make you. Okay, we back. So, can it do something negative if you smoke every day? Only if you wanted to. Again, we don't need the herbs are not our enemy, first and foremost. So whatever effect herbs have on you, positive or negative, is based on you. It's based on you and the work you put in. Mind over matter at all times. The first universal law. That's why we say the universal law. If it's always mind over matter, we don't need to be thinking about whether a herb is good or bad for you. It's all about, is my mind on my side or is my mind my enemy? That's the real question, because that determines how something affects you in a positive or a negative way. It's your own mind more so than the actual herb itself, or whatever it may be. Have I met angels, demons, Jesus, Satan? Yeah. You know what I mean? I done had personal interactions with these. But you know what I mean? They know better than you. It's like having a conversation with somebody that's related to you. You know what I mean? They just kick it with you. You know what I mean? They may smoke a little something with you. You know what I mean? It's just a conversation, really. It's nothing really glamorous and glorious and mind-blowing. It's just like having a conversation with somebody who's in tune with the frequency. You know what I mean? So it's nothing just super spectacular. Most people may make it seem that way. But once you've been in the game for years and years and years, it just becomes like an everyday thing. It's just something you do anyway. Whether you want to or not, you just get it in. You know what I mean? So, we're going to leave it there. Definitely, for those, I may see y'all in LA tomorrow. If not, I'll catch y'all next time. But we definitely out. So, shout out to everybody who tuned in, everybody that will watch it. Shout out to everybody in LA. Shout out to everybody in DC. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta. Shout out to everybody in New York. Shout out to everybody in Texas, the whole US, the whole world, Europe, Ireland. You know what I mean? We all over this month. So, I'll get it to y'all a little bit later. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So y'all stay peaceful. Mentally, stay in tune, study the universal law. So we out. Peace, hotel, chaos, destruction, madness.